Hello, everybody. It is 10 p.m. It is the American Doofus show live on a Wednesday night. On here, just briefly, a cold Wednesday night, the third day of November. Um, some things to talk about, a little information, some headlines, if you will, and a couple of updates. Earlier on today, I was on briefly talking about the QAnon expedition to Dallas, Texas. In case you missed that episode, the members, some members, not every member, but some members of QAnon gathered in Dallas, Texas yesterday. The I really, it's just hard to fathom. But they gathered in Dallas, Texas, I guess, to see the resurrection of John F. Kennedy Jr., who died in 1999 in a plane crash. They were gathered in Dealey Plaza, where President Kennedy, John F. Kennedy Jr.'s father, was assassinated in 1963. And they gathered there because they were told that John F. Kennedy Jr. would appear and he would announce that he was going to be the vice president and Donald Trump was going to be reinstated and Donald Trump was going to become King of Kings. Absolute wackiness, and it's dangerous. Another story we touched on yesterday was former, at the time he was still a Las Vegas Raider football player, but Henry Ruggs III, young man with a very promising career, cut from the team. He's jailed with $150,000 bond, and it's just it's one of those. You see the commercials on TV all the time where it says call an Uber or it doesn't say call an Uber, call a Lyft, but it says, are you going to call the ride or should I? Call a cab, call a ride share, call a friend, but don't get behind a car, wheel a car twice the legal limit and go 150 miles an hour and expect good things to happen. And he just threw away his career. Sometimes you see white privilege, and then you sometimes see white privilege on a massively extreme basis, and I personally believe I'm vaccinated, as I've said multiple times on here. I'm going to get the booster shot. That's not what this is about. This is about not telling the truth. Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, had said he was immunized. Said he was immunized in August, I believe it was. And come to find out what had actually happened, his personal physician had used a homeopathic treatment and claimed immunization. The National Football League is not looking kindly on this. They're looking into why he was allowed to act as if he had been vaccinated. He wasn't wearing face masks at any time in the facility or on the sidelines or in press conferences. And it's one of those situations where it's like, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I don't, I know more than anyone. I don't have to do anything. And I don't know. It's just, if I was a diehard Green Bay Packer fan, I'd be questioning this because you don't know, if you don't want to get a vaccination, that's fine. That's your choice. Everybody gets, but be responsible too, be responsible and not for your health and for the health of others. And if you're not going to get a vaccination, then wear a mask, social distance, or wash your hands, everything you're supposed to do, and do all those things anyway, even if you are vaccinated. Hello, everyone that's watching. Thank you. Nice to see some people pop into the comments. Hello, everybody. Those were really the three topics that I kind of wanted to touch on tonight. Also, a couple other things here. The judge in the Ahmaud Arbery case, has ruled that there was intentional discrimination in the jury selection, but nonetheless has allowed the trial to move forward with one black juror. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out. You can make of that what you want. And also, I wanted to just get a little bit more information on the Aaron Rodgers thing, what he actually said, because if the guy was pretending to be vaccinated and wasn't, he could have infected thousands of people. So let me get it exactly right. What he said. Let me find the quote here. In August, when asked if he had received the COVID-19 vaccine, Rodgers said he had been immunized. There's a lot of conversation around it, around the league, and a lot of guys who have made statements and not made statements, Rodgers said. Owners have made statements. There's guys on the team that have been vaccinated. I think it's a personal decision. I'm not going to judge those guys. There's guys that have been vaccinated and contracted COVID. So it's an interesting issue. And clubs are not permitted to comment on a player's medical status other than referring to roster status, according to the NFL and the NFL Players Association. But being placed on the COVID reserve list is for a player who tests positive or who has been in close contact with an infected person. That's the end of the story. So again, what's two different treatments. Okay, you got the white quarterback star that apparently has been fraudulent, according to the NFL. The NFL is investigating the Green Bay Packers and how he could operate as if he had been vaccinated without actually showing the club being the Green Bay Packers, proof of vaccination. And the NFL has made it very clear the only proof of vaccination is one of the three: the Moderna, the Pfizer, or the Johnson & Johnson vaccination. So we'll see how all that plays out as well. Kyle Rittenhour trial, day 2 today. And tomorrow I'm going to go back. Tomorrow's episode, we're going to show some of the footage from what happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So that natural immunity is a real thing. People that have had COVID and survived it have an immunization. It doesn't mean that they won't get it a second time, or it doesn't mean that you shouldn't get a vaccination, even if you've had COVID already. It just means that there is a natural immunization, and how strong that is on your individual makeup. And some people have tested with just born with a natural immunity. So it's an individual thing, and that's how it always should have been. But it got politicized. It got brought into politics. It got Donald Trump was afraid of looking weak, so he didn't want to wear a mask. So he didn't want anybody else to wear a mask either. We could have been out of this a long time ago. Just saying, in my opinion. So that's really all I've got at the moment. Again, tomorrow I'm going to be on and going to go back and look at what happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin, leading up to the trial that is now going on. A lot of places reporting on the trial. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail there. So if you got any questions or anything, Tiffany, I respect that. I totally respect your decision. And again, I think it's an individual decision that got politicized and got turned into something it never should have, which happens a lot, happens an awful lot. Exercise is free. There's no excuse for how unhealthy the world is. I wouldn't argue that at all. I'm I'm not going to get into personal stuff at the moment. I am going to say that I'm not going to get into personal stuff with what's going on with me. There was something that happened in the family yesterday, so I'm not going to be on here very long because it's been a long couple of days. We had a death in the family. I had it. It sucked. I wasn't vaxxed. I'm just anxious to see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. He's tested positive. It'll be interesting to see if this homeopathic treatment works. If he doesn't, if he doesn't get sick, or if he does get sick and it's instant karma for misleading people. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much. Again, we'll have an episode probably tomorrow afternoon with what's going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I've reached out to Corey Elijah, and he is not allowed to speak because he is a key witness for the prosecution. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you. Lost a cousin. But the dude was close. We were close. So anyway, I love you all. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon with a recorded version. I'll be back live. I'm not certain yet. Maybe Friday night. It depends on how things play out and how things go. I'm gonna get the booster. That's just me. And general. I personally think you guys are making the right decision in getting the booster. But it's a personal decision, and I respect everybody's decision, no matter what it is, because it's yours, and that's all that matters is you're happy with it. It's a dark world. No need to pile on more darkness, and too many people are doing that. I love you all. Try to be a light. I wish you nothing but peace, and we'll be back real soon. It's called the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Do be a light, because it's a dark world. Take care. I love you.